Welcome, Red Devils United. We are Ashish and Sagar, and we are here to look at our game against Manchester City on Wednesday. And we'll also look at how our preparations have been for the upcoming Premier League crunch match against Chelsea. Stay tuned for more.
Manchester! Oh, Manchester! It's wonderful! It's wonderful! Manchester is wonderful!
So the game against Manchester City demanded reaction from all the players at Old Trafford, especially after the 4-0 drubbing against Everton the week before. And what happened? Good performance for the first half, but then it all went downhill in the second half, and we conceded 2 really easy goals, 2 defensive lapses, and the story was there for everyone to see. Manchester United lost 2-0 to Manchester City. It dashed our top 4 chances, but held City's chance of winning the Premier League title this year. And one consolation that we got away from the game is that, Liverpool's chances of winning the Premier League in 30 years?
Still going to be incomplete. So.
Maybe unmet. 91 points, highest points tally, and still nowhere close to the title. But as we say, we're just looking out for small bits of happiness all around. But coming back to our own team, our players played well, but when they came out in the second half, they looked really leggy. It was as if they were already dead and tired and just trudging around.
Yeah.
And
so that's what it looked like their heads were already down during the second half. So that's when I think City smelled blood and brought on some raw pace onto the pitch, and that thing made the whole difference. So you might have seen our defense line was in a straight line. All of the 4 defenders start standing in a straight line, and Sane completely free on the wings. He just went through with the shot, and I think De Gea should have stopped that. Maybe the power was a little bit.
Or De Gea was surprised looking at his defense. Hey, what are you guys doing standing in the line?
Yeah, but he's still a world-class keeper. So the standards he has set for himself, he should have stopped that. I guess. I think even the Bernardo Silva goal.
That should have been stopped.
Yeah.
There have been several such instances.
Yeah.
Bernardo Silva's goal was like 3rd or 4th goal that have been scored against us in the same fashion. Outside the box, players just move past, they get the side of the goal and they take a shot.
Yeah.
And De Gea,
I think it's
has he lost his confidence or what? He's
not
being
able
to.
It's like a strategy from other teams as well, going through the near post. For De Gea, maybe they might have found something, but I think the first goal can be attributed to Luke Shaw's mistake as well. He didn't put his foot forward to stop the shot. He could have done a lot better in that position, but it's not expected of De Gea to let goals into his near post. So that's kind of really sad to see. And the whole team, the performance of the whole team was really bad. Up top, Lingard was kind of invisible the whole game.
Lingard, I think his eyes were on his Instagram account. What do I post? What do I post? He's under pressure, from his fans to post something new every single day, that he forgets that he has a duty out there on the pitch to help out United.
It's been 3 months he has been performing at this level. Even Rashford, I don't know what happened to him. He was scoring goals when Solskjaer came in as the manager, but I don't know what happened to him. He also, I think, has lost his head. I think we could have dropped Rashford, but there's no one on the bench to replace him currently. So we should just continue giving him chances, and hopefully he scores some against Chelsea.
Well, at least Rashford scored goals this time around. Maybe a dip in form, or maybe, as Rashford said, the team is not playing as a whole unit. I mean, there have been individual performances all around the pitch. Pogba is in his own mindset. There are other players on the pitch who are not supporting our play. We bring in Lingard, he does not perform. We bring in Lukaku. Well, all his shots, they go over target. They're nowhere near the goal. He either nutmegs himself, or his first touch is so heavy that it becomes a clearance.
It becomes hilarious after some time, looking at the memes that float around on Twitter or Instagram. So it's kind of really funny to see Lukaku struggle with his first touch. We always knew that he was going to struggle with that, but yeah, it's just hilarious.
Well, that was a game against City. We had a few positives, but after the second half, there were none. One positive I think that we can take from this game is that Matteo Damian can actually replace Ashley Young for
Yeah.
the last few games. I mean, that guy
Just
was
let
just
him
called
play,
out
yeah.
of the blue into the first team against City, but still better than Ashley Young.
Yeah, yeah, we should just let Damian play in place of Young, and Shaw is back, so that's not a position we need to look while playing against Chelsea. And I really hope we don't see a Smalling Jones partnership again. Let just Smalling and Lindelof play till the end of the season, and let's see, and we can do something about it in the next coming transfer window. So.
Chelsea, they've been shambolic to say the least. Sari Ball has not done any wonders for them. Jorginho has been the assist-less wonder for their squad, and everybody has kind of, drubbed him for his performances this year. But Hazard is still the key
The key
player,
player, yeah.
for Chelsea this season. Even though he did not make it to the Premier League Team of the Year, but Hazard's contributed 25% of the goals that Chelsea has scored
yeah.
this season, and that stat shows how dangerous that man is for Chelsea in their attack going forward. And he's the one key man that we have to stop. So we need someone who is up to the mark on the flank that Hazard plays on. But terribly,
know
that's
who
the
that
flank
is.
where
Yeah.
we are the weakest.
I don't know who that is, who is going to stop Hazard. So I think the thing is, looking at the Premier League table, we are 3 points behind Chelsea. So if we win against them, we go level, but we'll be behind in terms of goal difference. So it's kind of a race between who is the worst team currently for the last spot. And I think Tottenham also lost today, so it gives a really good chance for the other three teams to catch up to them and make it to the top four, because I truly believe that it's going to be an English team that wins Europa League this time around. And if that happens, then I think the fourth position becomes irrelevant. I think
No,
because
there have been rule changes, so
Okay.
all four teams qualify, and the Europa winners they go directly to the group
Okay.
stage.
so then we still have a chance to qualify for the Champions League, and it's really important for us to win this game. If we lose or draw, I think top four chances are gone. There's no way.
Yeah, after
We are
this
going to
game,
go.
top four is practically impossible. But
Yeah.
if we win this, we are still
Might
in the
be
race,
possible, yeah.
and everything depends. Absolutely. So we may, on the pitch, again, we might see the same team that came out against Manchester City, but we hope Ander Herrera is fit, even
Yeah.
though reports suggest that he was not out for training today. So there may be something happening behind the scenes. Either he isn't fit or he's refused to play altogether,
Yeah.
because some reports suggest that he's already signed a pre-contract offer with PSG. Terms have been agreed upon. It's just a matter of days, if not weeks, when
Before
Herrera's
he
transfer
leaves,
is
yeah.
formally announced. And there have been suggestions that Pogba has also agreed terms with Real Madrid for a £10 million annual wage with them. It's just between
I think
United
it's
and
just a Spanish outlet that put this news out, and I don't think they are kind of a very reliable source per se. But yeah, I think it might be very well possible that Pogba has put in a transfer request for the next transfer window.
so all our key players, they have their heads turned. It becomes, I think it's important
It's
for
impossible,
Ole
yeah.
to motivate them
Yeah.
to play for United, especially when they're looking at moving to teams outside that have a better chance at winning a league title or doing well in the Champions League. But then this is where the question comes up. I mean, it's the players that carry a club into Champions League positions, or they carry them ahead into the final stages of a cup competition. And these players are ready to jump ship if Manchester United does not finish in those places. I mean, how ironical is that? The players are responsible to do it, but when they don't, they feel they're better than the club.
Yeah, that's what the problem is. So I was watching this interview on Sky Sports earlier. I think it was Jamin Genus who said that there are a lot of players in the squad who have their eyes on other teams. They might be thinking about a move away from the club, and it becomes really hard for Solskjaer to like bring in that passion within the team, bring in that team. What's the word I'm looking for? It's yeah, it's the passion for
To bring in
passion,
that team
yeah.
spirit, that
Yeah, the team
hey,
spirit
we are
to play for
invested
yeah.
in this thing
So-
together. We have to carry United over the line.
Yeah, so
I mean,
it's not the manager to blame here. Anyways, we are backing Solskjaer till the next two transfer windows, because that's when we should start seeing results after we bring in 3 to 4 players into the team. But currently, it's just the players who are not performing. And even Solskjaer is also at mistake with his tactics, but still the players have to step up on the pitch and show that they deserve to play for this club, and that's where we are struggling at the moment.
Well, interesting fact laid out there. In another news that came out across British news outlets, they suggest their players, if we let go of, like Sanchez, Pogba, Mata, Herrera, that frees around 82 million pounds in annual wages. I mean, that's a lot of
That's
money.
huge, yeah.
These players are on huge money and they've either lost form, they've passed their peak, or they're not performing at all. And if you get rid of them, we get the budget to go out for players who have potential, just like Manchester City did when they started out their rebuilding job. I mean, it took them about 5 years to assemble a squad good enough to fight on all 4 fronts, be it the Premier League, the Champions League, the FA Cup, or the local League Cup competition.
Yeah.
And their investments have turned out to be really well. They had a strategy that they followed. United, I feel, on the other hand, we just went out gung-ho, all guns blazing on Galactico signings without thinking if they'll fit into our squad. I mean, we're not Real Madrid. We did not have a base to build
No, yeah.
upon for Galactico signings. And now we're paying the price with these players either, not at the peak or having lost the motivation to
I
perform.
think
especially.
the only way to fix this current situation is to just mirror what City did over the last couple of transfer windows. So rather than just bringing in the superstar or the world beater we want in our team, we should focus on bringing in talent who have not yet hit their peak, who can do that while playing for United, so that we can actually challenge for the title. So that's what needs to happen, and for that to happen, I think we need a director of football. And the rumors floating around saying that Mick Phelan is going to take that position is absolute shit, because he does not have that international experience we need to scout those players. So I think Paul Mitchell would be a good fit, because he's the man who worked for, I think, Leipzig, who brought in Keita, Werner, those kind of players into the team. And they are currently, I think Werner is currently worth 70 or 80 million pounds. So, and I think they bought him for at least 1 million, I think. So that's kind
Yeah.
of a huge uplift we can see. So that's what needs to happen. And if we are able to offload those big salary players and free up that space for the younger players to come in, that's what is going to change United, and that's what Solskjaer needs to do as well. And for that, we need the director of football. That's what is currently needed.
Absolutely. I mean, we're easily looking at about 10 player exits
Yeah,
this year.
that's kind
and,
of unrealistic as well. It's like to think that we are going to have a mass exodus of around 10 to 11 players. It's unrealistic, but we can definitely let 5 players go and bring in 4, and look to the January window and bring in some more reinforcements. Then this is going to be a gradual process, but this process has to be done right, because there has to be hierarchy between the management, the director of football, and the manager. That's what needs to happen within the club. And we desperately need a goal, because we have been, for the last couple of videos, we have been analyzing opponent goals,
Yeah, more than we've
need,
ever
yeah.
thought about our
So-
shots on target.
Yeah.
We're not even hitting a shot on target.
Yeah, so
Imagine
we need
against.
one goal at least to analyze for the current match, for the upcoming match. So let's see. I really hope we score one.
Yeah, well, so the big game's tomorrow. Lots to fight for still. I mean, Tottenham's lost, so that again, opens up a glimmer of hope for the top four or the third and fourth position. And if Arsenal lose and we win, we'll go level
Yeah.
on points with Chelsea. And even though we will be behind goal difference, but Chelsea are playing Frankfurt in the Europa League semi-finals. So they're also under a lot of pressure to rest key players because Europa League final is huge because of the big prize that's on offer now. So let's hope for the best. Let's hope that Ole and
Something
the team
changes,
come out with a
yeah.
better strategy because we've already beaten Chelsea this season,
Yeah.
especially during the FA Cup. And that was a really good win that we scored over them at Stamford Bridge.
It's at Stamford Bridge, yeah. So we can definitely do that at home. And we have the players, just that they're not performing to the levels. And we need to bring that up as soon as possible for the next match. And really hope that we can put up a real good performance at home. So let's see.
All right, Red Devil fans. So that was our analysis of the City game. A bit of insight about the Chelsea game and how we stand before that match. Some talks about the transfer windows and the kind of players that we can look at. Another interesting bit that we'll discuss in our videos ahead is the potential Lukaku-Icardi swap.
Yeah.
There were rumors swirling around last week, but they've kind of died down. So we'll see what's happening on that front as well. But until our further videos are put up, please do like, share, and subscribe to the content that we put up. Press the bell icon that you see to be notified of every time that you put up a new video or content. And we really value your feedback and your comments. So please go out and put in some comments or words of appreciation or certain feedback that you think that we can do or change in our videos. Until then, glory, glory, Man United. Have fun, you guys. Ta-da!